3 minutes, 3 minutes.
Well, it has been a great relationship with myself and Charles Juravinski. I was very fortunate to come to Flamborough Downs in the first place. We kind of hit it off. I would like to think that he saw a little bit of potential in me. Of course, he would deny that. However, he's been a great mentor. He's a great person. Nobody can outwork Charlie. And of course, most people who work with Charlie realize very quickly that he's a lot smarter than the rest of us. And so you can't pull the wool over his eyes in any way, shape, or form. As I mentioned, he's a tough guy to keep up with. His work ethic is second to none. And of course, he has imparted that in his employees. And it was always important to Charles to build a team and a family atmosphere at Flamborough Downs.
They became the family we didn't have. Now, our first family is Nick the dog. I mean, he is number one. But the 499 employees, they came next. And they did become family. And they were kind of like the people you love to hate. They were wonderful at times and terrible at times, but we loved them all.
Well, in the first instance, and you have to remember when you go back to 1971, the town of Flamborough, it was Flamborough Township. We had Reeves and we had a few council people, etc. And as far as a lot of people in the area were concerned, racetracks were dens of iniquity. And we did our PR with the neighbors. But in the first instance, our PR was with the regional government for the city of Hamilton. And I communicated with the chief planner, and I asked him to give us a word picture as to how he visualized a racetrack. And he described this property exactly. And when he described what his vision was, I asked him, I said, could you support that before the Ontario Municipal Board or wherever we had to go to get approvals for rezoning? And he said, yes, I could.
I was fortunate enough to come to Flamborough Downs just before the track opened in 1975. Opening day was April the 9th, 1975. I was right out of university. Worked at Western Fair Raceway for my 5-year stint at the University of Western Ontario in London. Got some experience, kind of liked the business, and saw an opportunity here at Flamborough. It was a brand new track opening up. It was my first time in the workforce full-time, and I happened to come here at the right time and was involved in the mutual department as the assistant mutual manager. From there, worked my way into the marketing department with a gentleman by the name of Kirk McKinnon, whose bright idea it was to try and get a premier race underway, and it ended up being called the Confederation Cup, and of course the rest of that is history.
Really, leading even up to this, he had always worked 7 days a week when he was in construction, but this was even worse because it was like 20 hours a day. And I was willing not to get too involved in the first instance, but he just wasn't eating properly and not being healthy, and we are healthy people, so I decided that I had to come and at night make sure he ate. So when I arrived, no matter what meeting was on, I'd hear the whispers saying, she's here, he has to eat.
There is no question that it absolutely saved our life, and I'm talking the horse racing industry's life in the province of Ontario, and I'm sure the spin-offs are reach into all of Canada, into the United States as far as the breeding is concerned. It has absolutely saved our lives. Mike Harris, in his wisdom at that time, decided that, okay, if the province of Ontario or the electorate at large don't want it, we have gambling establishments at racetracks, and quite frankly, we didn't know the first thing about it. It was done by Mike Harris and his government to institute slots at racetracks. Margaret's and my thrust, by virtue of, and of course we call it the Flamborough Downs family, we always hoped that we would be successful, because I will tell you, the Flamborough Downs family, and there's many of them who worked here laterally, and I'm talking about through the lean years, didn't have an increase in 8 years, but never left. Okay, they stayed. That's how loyal they were. And when we had the opportunity, it was the easiest decision in the world to make, to share with the employees.
We talk about everything. We discuss all these important issues in our life. That's why we've been married 48 years. But we had, I think even if the track hadn't got sold, we intended to do that for the long-standing employees. That was something we had always talked about, and it was definitely something that was going to be done.
I think the horse industry has to rethink things and take a look at things, because they're making great, and I'm saying gobs of money, justifiably so. I challenge the horse racing industry to share that with health care throughout the province of Ontario. And I'm a proponent of them taking 1%, that's all, of the commissions earned, shared equally by track operators and the horsemen, out of the purse structure, and give it to health care in every community in the province of Ontario. And I'm not giving up on that one. After we got going, every one of the neighbors called on the telephone or came over for a visit, congratulated us, and everyone said, you're the best neighbors that we could ever have, because the way we kept the property and the way the property is kept today by Magna. I like to say Magna. They like Mech. I like Magna.
Well, when Flamborough came on the scene, it was racing, fine harness racing, and we had dining here. We had behind me, of course, it was a cement floor and picnic tables for the people that just wanted to come in and watch the races, make a few wagers, have a hot dog, hamburger. Upstairs, of course, we had the fine dining as we do today. It's now evolved into a total entertainment destination with the advent of slots. We have 752 slot machines here. Along with that, we have concerts throughout the summer, entertainment throughout the year, dining and group packages. We hold fundraisers here. It truly is an entertainment destination, and it's a whole lot of fun.